Alright, good evening. I am Wallaber, and I didn't have a chance to stream this morning, so I decided to come on for an evening session, which is rare for me, but I'm excited to get a little working on the game. So what I've been working on lately is the early levels in the game, and today I'm going to pick up from there. In particular, I've made pretty good progress on most of the levels. And one of the things I wanted to work on is a new arena level, which is a different kind of level. There's only one per location in the game. And I kind of already have an idea what I want to do here. So I'm going to get right to it. We'll see here. Okay, let's test the height here. Cool. Okay. So most of the levels in the game work where you're just trying to get to like a... Oh, hi, G-Rare, what's up? Hi, I've been enjoying the VODs on YouTube, so please catch live stream. Hey, cool, thanks, yeah. This is the first time I'm doing this kind of late in the evening my time. Maybe which is actually an easier time for some people to drop by and say hello, so that's cool. Nice to see you, welcome. Yeah, so I've been working on the early levels in the game, and my goal by the end of this week is to have a new build that has a really solid pass at the first set of levels, which are kind of the ones that teach you how to play the game. And what I'm working on right now is most of the levels in the game have a goal, like you're trying to go and get and grab the last object in the level, or the target object in the level. And then if you can do that, you get a medal, and then there's different challenges for like do it with a high score or do it fast. Find the hidden chalk object. But I also have these things called arena levels, which are open-ended kind of playground style levels, and you have a timer instead. And you try to rack up as many points as you can before time runs out, or if you biff and like knock yourself unconscious or something, then then the round ends. And the first, let me do this real quick. So we're gonna name this. I'm gonna call this Pyramid Arena. Just save this so that I don't lose any work here. And the one I've had the most in the past. Ooh, what's going on there? Oh, what's this? As usual, I'm derailed by some sort of null reference exception. Okay. Current selection was null. Oh, okay. Okay, well, we should add a check here. Okay. All right. So, I'm gonna have to restart the game here. But basically, I haven't spent much time making good arena levels in the game. And the one that I had in the first location in particular is not very good. Let me see if I can find it here. I think it's just called First Arena. So it's not too bad, but it's just this like kind of grid of bars. So you can sort of flop around like this and kind of like, do tricks and keep catching onto the bar. But even this is actually pretty hard to continually catch. And if you get down to this lower section here, it's really hard to get back up to the higher sections because you got to gain a lot of speed and then like do a release time just right. So that's not a terrible arena, but I wanted to have a better one. Here we go. For the first one. And so these parallel bars are great because these things, you can keep it swinging. And you can jump, and there's almost anywhere you end up, right, you can catch back on. So it's really easy to chain tricks together, kind of like have fun, rack up some score, and feel like you're, you know, not just constantly missing the bar and being frustrated. So I think what I want is like kind of like a little pyramid here, where it's like there's another layer of parallel bars like this, and then another one up like this. I don't want it to be too far apart because I want you to be able to fairly easily jump between them. So like, catch on up here. Even that was pretty easy. And then you can do like crazy stuff where you hang on like this. Oh, wait. Where you hang on like this and catch on the bottom down here. This should be pretty easy now to rack up kind of crazy scores. Actually, I'm noticing, oh yeah, okay, it does drain. That max combo, that max like 15x combo, it's pretty generous how long it lasts. So you can definitely rack up some score here. And then maybe what I could do is make it so that like the second layer here has like a little bit more of a gap, or is even like this, and then there's one that's kind of like higher up like this. It's kind of interesting. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Undo. Grab the gymnast. Maybe start here. And then I can decide how long you get. So this will be being the first one. I probably wouldn't make it too long. Maybe, you know, 1 minute or something. That should make this one pretty easy. I mean, of course, you can still crash if you go off to the side. Oh, that was smooth. Yeah, something like this, right? So this would be, now we go here and we say, okay, this is actually an arena level. And then I have various values here, like how long should it last? Which actually is quite hard to adjust with the gamepad. I need to fix that actually. No nav on arena length slider, no horizontal. There's a problem with this is like if this thing is set with a navigation target where if you press left it'll jump over and select another UI element over here, then that takes over instead of adjusting the slider. So if I go over here and I select it and then I press left, rather than modifying the slider, I jump over there. I could go to the right because there's nothing connecting it to the right. For the level editor, will it be like Mario Maker 2 and that the creator needs to clear the level for publishing? Well, at least for the first version of the game, no, because there's nowhere to publish them yet. So the levels are basically local only, at least for now. Assuming the game, you know, does okay and I can keep updating it, that's probably one of the first things I would add, and I would probably try and hook it up through Steam's what's it called? Not Marketplace. I just totally blanked on the name of the thing. Workshop, where you can like share things that you've made. And in that case, I would probably, yeah, make sure that you at least can beat it yourself. That seems like that works pretty well in Mario Maker, so probably a good place to start. So for these arena levels, I can set how long they should last. Let's say this one is a minute long. And then basically I have these ranges here. It's like, what score do you have to beat to get first place against the like fake AI other players? And what place is 8th place? And so it kind of distributes semi-evenly through their threshold scores for the other players. This level should be like really quite easy to rack up a lot of points. Let's see. So let's imagine you're not that good at the game yet, and you just like kind of flailing around and letting go, and flailing around and letting go. You could certainly fall off the bottom here, right? But there's mats. Even if you fall like this, the level's not over, and you can reset. So even just kind of like fooling around like this. Oh, I missed again. Okay. These little jumps don't give you any score. You gotta at least flip or get a little bit of air time. Like here, I'll probably... Oh, didn't get anything out of that. Yeah, it's very interesting. G-Rare saying, I can see some cool courses being made with the variety of components you've created. Yeah, there's a lot more prop types in this than the original old school freeware version of this general game I made. Factory, you're saying my favorite but also most frustrating level from the original was Factory. I'm gonna have to go back and look. I don't even remember that level. Maybe I can find a video of it on YouTube. Yeah, that game did have like the original version of Gymnast I'm talking about here, which was like a freeware game I made many, many years ago. Did have like a simple way you could make levels and upload them, and also share replays. So all those ideas are still back in this game, although I'm not so sure yet about the the level sharing. Even though I really should. It's just a matter of time and effort, really. I put a lot more effort into the overall presentation of this game and polish of it, and so that's where the effort has gone. Also, the replay system, which I had in the old game, but the only way to watch a replay was to load it in a game. Here I have a pretty great, if I do say so myself, video editor where you can actually save out animated GIFs or MP4 files, like high-res up to 4K files, which you can then share. That's how I get most of the videos I share to Twitter and other places. That's built into the game. I'm just playing this to see... Okay. That was 500,000 points just talking and messing around. This is the very first arena. I don't have any real need to make it hard, you know? Like... So I feel like we're gonna say maybe first place would be like 30,000 points or something. Yeah. I guess this is pretty straightforward to get about 100,000 even. It's hard to know with these kind of things because I am obviously very, 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 very comfortable and familiar with my own game. So for this first one, I'll err on the side of generous. Alright, so let's go like this. We're going to say that first place is 30,000. And last place is, let's see, 7,500. Okay, so we're going to save this. So this level is a new arena level, and we're going to mark that as green. This is my little scheme I made for myself to track whether a level is done and I don't need to come back and edit it anymore, or it still has work to be done on it. Okay, so with that change, now what we're going to do is we're going to reorder the levels. So I know I have a level thing here, a little JSON file. It's the first location in the game. and it has all of the levels and then the arena level, and also the location in which it takes place. So it's time to reorder this. So let's go look and find the levels we want to use, which I'm gonna go to my little level database scene here. Okay, so this first, there we go. Okay, so this first map is this green section here, as it is authored right now. And look at this, pretty much everything's green except for the arena, which I wanted to change, and giant and through, which the reason that one is marked that way is because the prop I'm using in that level has some work done. This is a good way to remind myself of that. Okay, so we have this first one, which is the tutorial release. Then we have this one called Drop Slide, which is actually way too hard for level 2. I made a new level up here. Should be one of these green ones. Yeah, first drop right here. Now this one, the file names on these are a little goofy because the level editor appends like this crazy list of numbers, which is like basically the timestamp and the date, to try and guarantee that there won't be file name collisions. It still checks if there is. That's what the 0 at the end is, so it can append a number there. But I should, my designer OCD says I should clean this up and make these names better. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to copy these crazy file names into the JSON. But we're gonna move first drop in. And then was there anything else that we made that was like a first level? Well, this new arena. And leap to P-bars is a good first pack level. Okay, so let's do a little file renaming real quick. So I'm gonna go here to where my levels are. And I'm gonna open up this here like this. Let's see. So we had some level names. You can't see what I'm doing right now, but it's not that exciting. Just enjoy it via narration, I guess. Okay, so Pyramid Arena was one I wanted. So I'm gonna clean up the file name on that one. Like this. Yep. And then like this. Just giving it a better file name here. Okay. Okay, and then I also had one that was what was it? Jump to P-bars or something like that. We also had one called like let's see. Are we sorted by date here? We are. Okay, so where is it? First drop. Here we go. This one. I'm gonna use this. Okay. Oh, actually, where? Ah, here we go. Okay, cool. All right. Now, we also had a level called where is it? It's like P-bars. Oh, leap to P-bars. We already have that one as not having a weird file name. Okay, let's look at this level database again now. So we have first drop, nice clean name, leap to P-bars, clean name, and we have Pyramid Arena. Those are the three that I wanted to work into this pack. Okay, so first drop. So we're gonna go back here. We're gonna not do drop slide. We're gonna do first drop. Okay, we definitely want that to be in that order. And the next one we have is drop sled, which should be fine. This one is also just releasing. Then we teach you about focusing. Then we do ballistics 101, that's good. Then we do arm posing, leg posing, first trapeze. I like that. Maybe there's where we would put in leap to P-bars, right? Which is leap to P-bars. Okay, so that would be here, I think? Yeah. Oh, wait. Maybe I want to teach you how to swing first. Yeah. Let's do first dismount, then we'll do leap to P-bars. Was that a, those underscores or dashes? Dashes. I really should be consistent. Leap to P-bars. Then we have giant and through, which probably worth keeping. Then we have rope leap, duck and pike, over the hill. Okay, and then we want to replace the arena with pyramid arena, which is a dash. Okay. So that should be, let's see, let's format this nice and pretty. Okay, that should be our new pack of levels. Let's test it. So if I go here to scenes, let's go to the menus. Okay, let's test it. All right, so here we are. We're gonna load profile. Let's see, did they all load properly? So we have, yeah, letting go. Okay, first drop looks like I got the name wrong or something because it's not finding the thumbnail. Okay. Mat sledding is good, focus is good, ballistics is good, arm posing, leg posing, trapeze, swing for sound. Leap to P-bars is correct. I just don't have a level, localized level title for that. Okay, that one looks fine. That one needs to, is the only outlier that's a little busted. Got this one. Got this one. Got this last one, over the hill, and then the new arena, which doesn't look like it's working either. Wow. Okay, 1 out of, I'm 0 for, no, 1 for 3. So leap to P-bars was good, but first drop was not. Okay, let's go look at this. First, oh, because it's first drop 0. Well, we don't like that. Let's get rid of the 0. All right, and then the other one was pyramid. Yeah, pyramid, Pyramid dash arena. Did I just spell that wrong? Looks right, doesn't it? Copy. That looks right. Okay, maybe was an issue with the other one being broken, but that doesn't seem right. Let's test it again. Okay, come in here, first level location. Okay, now these should all be good up here. First drop exists. These all exist. Except for this. What happens if I try to load this? Oh, okay. It exists. So it's maybe just the thumbnail. Those look like they're correct. What? Okay, so why? Is there something weird with this PNG? Oh, looks fine. All right. Let's see if we're getting an error. Okay, I'm not seeing an error. Let's go look at this. So this is level select. Okay, maybe I'm missing something on the arena. As we go through here, right here, we go and we find all the levels, the challenge levels. I think I'm not just loading the thumbnail when you should click on the, or when you highlight the arena. So this is what we do for all the arena levels, and one of the things we do right here is we show the thumbnail. In fact, so that's probably going to be the problem. Okay. Yeah, so okay. I think the issue is I go look at the level select here. Okay, and I go down to the arena. Where's the button for the arena? Is it here? It is. And it has... Right, okay. So it has just like a callback already set in the scene for when you click this button, what method should be called. And on my arena ones, I have a thing called set on selected, which is using the game selectable. Okay, so we need, first of all, let's turn this into a function. Show thumbnail. Wait, and how do we do this? We're getting the local level file. Okay, so we're gonna pass in local level file to this. Okay, so now we can go down here, make a new method for that. Thumbnail, local level file, and do all the same stuff here. Okay, then where's our we have an arena, we have some arena junk here. Let's add public game selectable arena button selectable, so that down here when we say, hey, does this level have an arena level? And then we can say yes, it does. Or really, yeah, yes it does. So then right about here, I guess. Do we have the file name here by now? Yeah, I think so. So we can be like arena button selectable dot on selected equals and little anonymous method here, show thumbnail of the arena level. Does that work? What's the problem here? Okay. Okay, something like that. Let's see if that does the trick. So I was never actually properly showing the thumbnail for the arena level. Shows you how often I go down there and test the arena levels. It's been a while. Alright, so we gotta hit play again here. Okay. Hey, let's go check out this first pack. Oh, look at that, and then nothing there. Oh, that's because I'm an idiot. And I didn't assign a reference to it right up here. In Canvas Level Select, we're going to find at the bottom of Arena there's a null Arena selectable, which should be this one. Okay, now that that's assigned, let's run it again. Okay. Hey, look at that. Okay. Cool. Alright. So some of these levels now need names. Like level underscore first drop. Alright, so let's bring up our handy dandy localization spreadsheet. And Jitspo, hey, how's it going? Thanks for coming by the stream. I watch yours pretty frequently. Appreciate you dropping by. I am just rearranging the levels early in my game here to try and make the another pass on sort of the onboarding of the game. Here you can see my sweet Google spreadsheet of localization text, which is just English at the moment, but this is so I can eventually add languages. And we want to go down here to, or where is it? The level names. Here we go. Go in here. We need a couple more entries. Okay, so they all are level underscore. And then, which ones did we add? Pyramid Arena. Oh, wow, thanks, wow. Hey, this is my first raid, you guys. This is exciting. Yeah, thank you so much for dropping by. Yeah, Jisbo, I like watching your streams a lot, so this is really cool. Thank you. So for all the people who are joining us, my name is Wallaber. At least that's my online handle. And I'm working on this game called Pro Gymnast. Here, if I go like this, you can see like some footage of the game. So it's like this gymnastics, physics-based gymnastics-y thing. It's a little bit like Trials HD, if you've ever played that game, except instead of a motorcycle, you're a gymnast. But the controls are a little more kind of like QWOP. Pro Gymnast. So like basically on the controller, here, let's do this. Let's do this. Go back to Unity. Yeah, so it's a little bit like QWOP Trials Tony Hawk or something. I don't know. Have you seen it on Twitter? Probably. Yeah, I post videos from the game fairly frequently, and they sort of, you know, every now and then one of them gets picked up a little bit. Yeah, so this is what the game looks like. And basically, let's see, let's go here. Put this back to normal. Basically on the gamepad here, you kind of have like left stick is your arms. Whichever direction I push is the direction the arms want to go. Kind of like you're controlling your shoulders. So down is like, I want my arms down, you know. Straight up is like, I want my arms pointing straight up. You know, off to the side is like a 90-degree angle. And then the other stick is your legs. So same way. If I point it off to the right here, the legs go off to the right. I point it down, down, back. They arch back, up. They, you know, try to pike up like that. And then you can use the triggers to pull in your arms or to pull in your legs. And basically then by manipulating those, you can, you know, swing around the bar, or you can let go and do flips and try to land it or not. And you know, it's kind of Trials HD style in the sense that you have a bunch of levels where you're trying to get to the end of the level. These are early levels, so they're really, really short, but they never get too long because this game is really hard. Every jump, you know, is a triumph essentially to succeed at it. There's a lot of different gizmos and stuff in the game. Like these are like a little tripwire that you have to cross in order to make this door open. And then I'm gonna biff it here. Oh, I survived. Here, let's get out of the tutorials though. Yeah, and then basically like you complete levels, you earn medals, that unlocks new locations with more levels. You can see here like let's see, what's a good example? Oh, this one might be good. So this level is pretty hard. I need to swing on the trapeze here. And I need to get myself over to this other bar. Oh. Anyway, I can think to do that. Like maybe I'll actually take an extra swing here. There we go. And then like, whoa. I can slow down time also to give myself a little assistance. Catch on there. Oh, how did I miss that? That's embarrassing. Wait, let's try it off the first swing here. Nope, too low, right? Too low? Too low. Maybe off the rebound. Wait, get the arms around. No, that's not gonna happen. Here we go. This is the one. Oh wow, way too fast. Maybe not. Maybe not. Could get a good bounce here. Not gonna happen. Oh, knee hang. Oh, I went right through it. Wow. Hey, nobody saw that, right? That was... Oh, there we go. God. Graceful. Graceful. And then I'm gonna build up my swing here. And I just need to get to that blinking arrow bar right there to complete this level. This is gonna be the one, as I'm just gonna fling myself up like this. And I'm gonna completely miss it and completely biff it. Look at that. Yeah, you can get your hands going pretty fast here, so you can definitely clip through things. Her name is Sandy now, yeah. Alright. Anyway, as I was saying, so like this is an example of a much harder level, right? And just completing the level gets you a medal. Then there's other optional medals you can earn by completing the level faster than some set sort of like par time. Or by completing the level with a score higher than some threshold. And then finally, there's like a hidden chalk item. You know how gymnasts put chalk on their hands? If you can find the chalk and collect it and then complete the level, you get an additional medal that way. So there's like 4 medals you can earn from every level in the game. All right, here we go. Now just don't do anything stupid. There we go, right? So I completed the level, but all I did in this case was complete it. If I could do it in less than 14 seconds, I would get the time medal. If I could do it with more than 8,000 points, I'd get the score medal. And if I could get the chalk, which the chalk, I believe, in this level is back up here. Oh, where is it actually? I don't even see. Oh, is it way up there? I think it is. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you need to go all the way around on that second bar. Let's see if we can get over here. Oh, I'm gonna go way over. Look at this. No. This looks good. This looks good. Get on it. Grab it. Oh. No. No, 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 no. I can't believe I can overshoot that. Look at that. Wow. Really getting some air. Here we go. Here we go. We are going to grab onto this somehow. Get it. Get it. If you get hit, if you hit hard enough, your muscles sort of like temporarily go loose. You know, kind of like getting the wind knocked out of you. All right, I'm going to move on, but you get the idea. So then, you know, I got one medal there where I could have 3 more I could still earn. I got to go get all these medals, and I can unlock different locations and all the different levels in the game, as well as there's a level editor built in, so you can make any kind of level you want for yourself. All the levels in the game I made with the level editor. What do you need? What?
In her house where she would have to spend money on giving buy whatever I can spell. She would frighten me. Honestly, I don't really care even if
What are you asking me? What do I need to go for? All right. Right. So, what were we doing? Oh yeah, that's right. So I've been rearranging and trying to finalize all the levels in this first level set here. And we need to give these levels names. So level underscore first dash drop. So we need that one, which would be over here. So that's going to be level underscore first dash drop. And I'm just going to call this one first drop, original name. And then we got, what was the other one? This one, level leap to P bars. So level leap to P bars. Might need a cooler name than that though for the actual players. Let's see. We'll just call it long jump. Long jump training. Okay, so now that I've got those, should be able to come back here to Unity and go to my, where is it? Resources folder and update the localization file. Looks like there's now 636 individual pieces of text in this game now. Sure adds up quick. This game doesn't even have hardly any text in it, but it's amazing how fast it adds up. Alright, so now, do these all have names? Training, letting go, first drop, mat, sledding. Training, focus, ballistics 101, training, arm posing, training, leg posing, first trapeze swing, training, swinging basics, first dismount, long jump training, there we go. Giant swing and leap through, that's kind of an awkward name. Swinging part 2, rope leap, tuck and pike, over the hill, and the pyramid. Ooh, and look, the placement of the cursor there is not good. Let's fix that. Okay, so that should be here. This, oops, is the arena thingy, and I have a script down here called game selectable, and there's an indicator reference handle, which is right here, and that should not be right there. That should be over here. That looks pretty close. Okay, let's run this again. Okay. Pyramid. Cool. All right. All right. That's good. That is almost all the work on this first set of levels. The remaining thing is that this level, where is it? This level. So this level is the first level where I'm like, I want you, it's a normal level, it's not a tutorial, but I want you to do a giant, which is, you know, swing all the way around the bar like this. And so I have this little tripwire up here, and I'm using it to detect that you did do the giant and using that to open the bar. Or open the door, excuse me. So the problem with it is mostly, so there's like these little like red kind of like laser beamy things that stick out, and that when you trip them they turn green like that. And I think the main problem with it is that they're not playing nice with the depth of field. So you can see like, let's see, you might not see it here in the scene view. Is there a way to turn on? I don't know. Anyway, if you look in the game view, you can see where it's like the red beam is clear until it goes off the edge of the geometry there, and then it gets really blurry. And that's essentially because this object, this little beam, is not writing into the depth buffer. And since it doesn't write into the depth buffer, and the depth of field effect uses the depth buffer to say like how far away is this pixel, should it be really blurry or should it be in focus? And so these pixels out here don't get written, so it thinks that they're really, really, really far away, like all the way down there to the skybox. And so they get fully blurred. So this might just be as simple as looking at this material, which this is a shader I made. So that's good because I can mess with it. Okay, so it's the tripwire laser shader right here. So now this is a transparent effect. Normally with the transparent effect you don't want to write to the depth buffer, but in this case I think we do. Now, am I using a cutoff or anything? I'm not. Okay. Alright, let's see what that does. Now this probably won't update here in play mode, because even though I changed the shader, this prop is coming out of an asset bundle, so it's actually like referencing a different version of the shader. I think if I like change it to something else while I'm running here and then change it back, we could get the new one. Oh, that's interesting. It doesn't seem like that's made any difference. How do I double check if I'm actually writing to the depth buffer? Or even, I guess, I could just go with like a random shader on here. Okay, that one's working. See how it doesn't get blurry? So it's definitely the depth buffer. But that does not seem to be writing. Oh, wait a minute. I just uncommented Z-write off. That's great. That's super helpful. That was just going to do nothing. Well, let's see if this makes any difference. I don't know if I'm going to have to reassign the material or not. Maybe not now that I've clicked things a couple times already. Okay, no change yet. I've only got like one pass on this shader, okay. Hmm. Okay, definitely not writing to the depth buffer. Or doesn't matter. No, should be okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, does the depth of field effect happen before transparent effects are applied? But if that was the case, then these wouldn't be blurred. Let's see. Okay, so changing the Q here isn't doing anything. I'm gonna just try changing this to like make sure my changes are actually doing something here. Yeah, okay, so here, see, I switched it to the depth test is now greater than, which means it's only going to draw it where it's occluded. And that is working. Okay, so we like that. So that's fine, so L equal should be the right one. Now maybe what we should try... Yeah, look at that. Super blurry. Okay. What happens if I change this to be the geometry cue? Oh, interesting. Okay, it's not blurry anymore. But the colors are like saturating over time. Probably because I'm using a blend mode. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, that's more what we want the beam to look like. The beam is too thick probably, but that's okay. Interesting. Okay, so if I change this back to transparent, right, it looks better, but what kind of blending have I got here? I have additive blending happening right now. Right. So I wonder if I should change this. Like, what if we made this an opaque effect? So we said this is actually geometry. And the Q would also be geometry. And then we get rid of this blend junk. And then instead we do like an alpha test in here. So we're kind of clipping. Well, let's just try this like as is. Now this should be weird looking because it's not blending with the scene. Man, I really feel like it used to be faster to... Okay. So there we have just sort of like our dumb looking beams that don't make any sense because they're like really dark. Now those dark areas before looked okay because it was additive blending. So they would be like adding a lot of red, not adding a lot of red to the scene. Okay, so now, this is interesting though. Look at that, one of them is still like wacky with the depth buffer. Why is that? Why is this one still dumb? Oh, must have overridden this from shader. There we go. Okay. All right. So I mean, I wonder if I use some sort of like dithering or something on this so they look semi-transparent, just like little dots of red that are kind of floating in space. I mean, because I could do like, could try this where I say like geometry plus, 200 or something. And then I try doing blend, additive blend. But that should have that problem we were having before where the color is like accumulating. Yeah, see how it like adds up over time? And yeah. Now maybe that's because we're not clearing the camera, which would surprise me. Yeah, we're clearing to the skybox. I guess it's just because it's adding to what was there the last frame. No, it should be clearing the skybox. I don't know why that's actually doing that weird accumulation thing, but clearly I'm doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. Alright. So... okay, I forgot. What is the... what is this? Is this GLSL or HLSL? It's discard and there's an HLSL clip. I feel like it's clip. Yeah. So clip will say if the thing you pass into it is negative. Okay. So we could just try something real quick here where we're like clip alpha minus 0.2 or something. Just see what that does. Alright, so we're doing some ugly clipping there. Very infrequently. Right? So I mean, we should make this into a variable, but let's just, to just like look at things. I can't believe it takes this long to compile shaders now. It used to be so much faster. It's like so slow. Jeez. Okay. Not much left. And weirdly, two of them have completely gone missing. Yeah, that looks dumb. Okay. This could look cool though, maybe if it was more like long, thin lines that were kind of like flickering and jittering around. Let's see. So what am I actually doing here? I got a noise texture, looks like. Go look at this material. Okay, I have like a cloudy texture here. A tiling noise texture. But first, let's just try something. Like, let's say... let's like... right, and we're looking up into this texture with the world position offset and scrolling a little bit. Right. What if instead we were just like... right, we just have our main color. And then the alpha was just the sign of in dot. We have the UVs coming in. We do. In dot UV underscore main text dot x times, let's say, just like 12 for now. Okay. Okay, is that, I probably have a syntax error or something in there. Is this because I'm in play mode? Okay. So see there we've got like a handful of little horizontal beams kind of spread out around this radius, right? So that's kind of cool. Yeah. Oh, we've got some issues where the caps here are also drawing their own little stupidness, but we can fix that. Okay, so can I go look at this just in isolation? Okay, here we go. So here's my new idea. So let's give ourselves some different properties here. We've got the color, we have the noise texture, yeah, glossiness, metallic, whatever. This is really should be like unlit, I feel like. But I'm not doing that right now. I wonder if I should switch this over. Okay, so let's do what do we want? Strip frequency, the little thin parts. I had that at like whatever 12 or something. Okay, so that property is the one we can pipe into here. Okay, is this any faster? Or is this still slow? Ugh. Man. This is so slow. Like, I just want to work on a shader, you know? Alright. Okay, so now this number basically says, see, like, do you want kind of like infrequent ones, or do you want lots of little ones, or whatever? We probably want like fairly infrequent. Something like that. These UVs look a little funky. Let's go over here. Okay, let's go find this thing. So we're gonna be in where's this game? Here it is. Gymnast models. What is this thing called? Tripwire. Might be in environment. No. Tripwire. Okay. Doot. Oh, wait, really? Do I not have a proper mesh for this? Am I just using like... I'm just using like a base Unity cylinder. Interesting. Although those UVs should be pretty reliable. I wonder why they're not... I'm not getting like an even distribution here. Well, should we make one? Let's add a cylinder. Holy cow. Oops. Scale that on everything but the x-axis. Okay. We're gonna make it kind of big. And then how am I actually doing this? I just have this thing offset like this. And then I'm scaling this. Okay. Yeah, okay. So we want this thing to be like 1 unit long. Ooh, man, I made a lot of verts on that. Let's get rid of that. Let's redo that. Add. Oh, whoops. Blender. Okay, add cylinder. We want this to be like maybe 12. Okay, 1 meter long. The radius much smaller. Even more than that, but that's not good enough for now. Okay. Something like this. And then what we could do is we don't even need a cap on this. So we're going to get rid of that. And we'll also get rid of the one on the other side. Okay. Object shade smooth, not that it really matters in this case. Okay, now let's go give this thing UVs. So we already have pretty reasonable UVs here, so we're just going to grab the bottom here and bring this down like this. Okay, and then we can also fade this thing out to the edge, to the edges. And which, let's see, which side is which. Let's see. Is there an easy way to determine that? Let's see. Oh, we'll find out soon enough. Okay, so this is going to be called tripwire beam. Okay. Save this file. Pop back over to Unity. Okay, so this beam now should be using the tripwire beam mesh, and should be scaled properly. Okay, we don't want an offset, and okay. All right, so now let's look at this. So if we set this to like 3.14, right, that should give us one sine wave distributed around this thing. Looks about right. If I set this times 2, we should have 2 of them. We don't. So why is that? Let's go look at this. Yeah. I mean, we're getting negative numbers in here, which isn't good. If I wanted to normalize this, it would be take this times 0.5. So that takes the numbers that going from -1 to 1, turns them into -0.5 to 0.5, and then add 0.5 to it. Now it should be from 0 to 1. Oh, and just to test this, we could get rid of our clip. Okay. Okay, back to Unity. Maybe. What's going on? Uh-oh. Okay. Unity is thinking. We should be able to see this shader. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, there we've got now one loop of the sine wave. Right, now if I double this, we get 2, right? Yes, we do. Okay, double it again, we should get 4. Yeah, and we seem to be getting that. Okay. Cool. So now what we want to do, I don't know how I'm going to fade this out. I can't fade something out if I'm using alpha clipping, but maybe I can do some dithering or something. Yeah. Maybe that's where this noise texture could come into play. Let's see. If we go like this. Let's read the noise texture just straight up with the same UVs. Okay. And then we'll do like, we don't want this anymore. And then we do like alpha, what do we want? Subtract the noise, but we don't want, we want the noise to come into play towards one end, right? So we want that to be like, first let's figure that gradient out first. So gradient would be something like smooth step from 0 to 1 using in.uv main text.y. For now, let's just test this by saying float 3 grad. So this should give us just our gradient on the color of the beam. Is it going the right way or not? Okay, so 0 is down here and 1 is over here. Okay. Now what we probably want to do is only fade out towards the end. So we could say like only the last like 20%. If I do that, now we should see that fade to white scrunched up towards the end of the beam. It's going to look a little weird when I scale this at runtime, I'm realizing, but okay. So that's cool. Now what we could do is we could say the gradient going from 0 to 1. Right. So we could say like n is equal to noise times the gradient. Then we could say alpha minus equals n. And that should mean that towards the end here, you'll see that noise appear, and we're just going to darken the red. Or not. Right. I need to be looking at this alpha value we're calculating. Okay. So this should give us back our like bands of white in this case. Ugh, I can't believe how long this takes to compile the shader. It's really frustrating. Okay. Yeah, bands of white, and then the noise is appearing there a little bit on the edges, it looks like. We have emission turned on, okay. Let's turn that off for a second. Or maybe actually what I want to do is I want the albedo to be empty, and we'll make this be maybe it's because this is a surface shader and it's compiling like variants of it. I don't know. It shouldn't take this long. Alright, there we go. Okay, now our noise is really, really diffuse, so I'm going to try scaling this. Let's see what that does. Because kind of what I'm hoping for here is that I can get like the texture to gradually get really noisy at the end here, so that when I use the alpha clip it kind of like dithers out. Okay, so that's something. Now when we have white here, right, this is a 1.0 in terms of our incoming alpha, and then we want it to hit 0 by the time it gets to here. Which, in order for that to work, the noise value would have to be 0, right? No. We're subtracting this. So we would say that the places where noise is still 1. We want noise to get all the way up to 1.0. Right. So we can try boosting this. Eventually I need to make some of these parameters exposed so I can actually manipulate them without hitting compile every time here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Right? That's something. Maybe I've scaled the noise too much now and you can kind of see a repeating pattern here. So let's give ourselves some new parameters. We want noise scale. Get some number, and then we want noise boost. This probably should be like a range from 0 to 4. We'll start it at 2. So we have noise scale and noise boost. Okay. And now that means we can say here, this should be noise boost. And right, this should be noise scale. Okay, we've already got the frequency there. Okay, now we might as well add in a alpha clip threshold. That should be between 0 and 1, right? Okay, and that would be right here, where we take alpha and we subtract the clip value from it. Whoops. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at that. We don't have the color in the equation right now, but that's okay. All right. Okay. So we're clipping, but only at the edge there. That means if we go here though and we crank this up. Okay. So that's, I mean, looks kind of weird. Now if we crank up noise scale, see we're introducing some noise at the end here. It's kind of cool. We actually probably want some of that noise throughout.
2, 1.
It looks cooler in motion.
1, 2, 1.
Yeah. So I wonder if we should be animating that slightly along this direction.
1, 2, 3. Funk.
That's cool. Let's probably do that. And we can reinstitute our color while we're in here. So let's do this. Let's do noise speed. Right? This is going to be a float. No idea what the number should be yet. But that is going to be here. When we look this up, do we do it before or after I scale it? I think after we scale it, right? So it'd be like you do this, and then you do plus float to 0, 0, and then time 0 times noise speed. Okay. And then what we actually want is the emission to be, we just want it to be color, right? Because we're doing alpha clipping. All right. Did I screw that up? Probably. Okay. Now I don't know if this is going to animate here in the preview. Oh yeah, it is. Look at that. There, it's moving. Okay. And we're not using the noise throughout the beam, so we should do that. Looks like I want it to go the other direction. There we go.
1, 2,
It looks like it's on fire or something. I probably want it to be like higher frequency noise.
1, 2, 3, funk.
Okay. And then the other question is like, how do I want to... Like, I could set this to like 0, and then we just have a beam with a weird little thing at the end here. It's on fire. I don't think this is exactly the game I thought I was making here. Because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to crank this up so that you have like this, and then this is quite a bit higher, so they're kind of like these thin little strips. And then I was going to jitter them around, but I don't know. I don't know if that's going to look good or not. We could instead not use this idea. Let's see.
1, 2, 3, funk.
I can not use this idea and instead just move some noise through this thing. So if I wanted to do that, what I would do is I would not use this gradient thing, or I would still use the gradient thing, but the gradient would not be involved here. Be something like this. So this guarantees that we're gonna... Oh, I really should make this number something I can tweak from outside the shader. G-Rare looks cool. Yeah, I mean, it's a cool effect. I don't think it's quite... I guess it's supposed to be just sort of like a little, like, you know, like red, sort of like laser pointer type thing. Oh, okay, what happened here? Okay, now we're subtracting so much that I can hardly get the alpha signal to come through. So why is that? Is that because noise boost is so high? Okay, so there's our noise traveling through. Yeah, so we can see that now. Okay. Now the question is, do I want like... Oh, that's interesting. Why is there like... Why is that turning into stripes? Okay, so this strip junk is still causing a problem. So maybe we want to not do that for now. Let's comment that out. Okay, now yeah, we're kind of seeing our noise texture there. All right, if I go like this, we're like really zoomed in on the noise texture. And if I crank this up, it's just like repeating an insane amount. Oh yeah, and that doesn't look good, especially because at the angles we're seeing like a mip map or something. Let me think about that. What can I do about that? No, not metallic. Clip threshold. Right, like we're seeing that entire texture there as like a little island. That's not good. So this should be like way lower, right? Like some small number like this. Now this is too fast now. Move it slow. I don't have a lot of control at the moment on this. Don't love it. Let's see. Put this to 1. Like, what is it that I want? I want, like... And to a certain degree, maybe I'm just overthinking this thing. It should just be like a red beam. You know? That feels a little bit like giving up. Which I don't love. Yeah. No. You need me to be. Maybe it's something more like this. It's closer. It's weird, it's like you make it move too fast and it looks like it's some kind of like phasar beam or something, like you know? This doesn't look good and it really looks repetitive. If I make it move too slow, it's like, I don't know, it doesn't look right. I don't really like how you can just see that texture kind of constantly repeating. That little like, what continent is that? Or not continent, what country is that? Look like Spain or something? I don't know. It's not right. If I really zoom in like that, it's a little more interesting. That's the... One thing I probably should be doing is scrolling this around as well as forward, because otherwise you get the same patterns over and over again depending on which angle you're looking at. I could just test that real quick by making this like some factor of the noise speed also going around. Probably not best to just hard code that number. Okay, something like that maybe. We can see how that looks in game. I wonder if my scale is screwed up too. I mean, we can give that a try. So to test this, I feel like I probably have to rebuild the asset bundles. Okay. I have one other fix I need to do for that prop. Well, let's see if we can get this at least looking better. All right. Come on. You can do it. Okay. All right. Da-da-da. What level was this? This was this one. Okay, that looks pretty weird. First of all, they're all in sync, which kind of ruins the effect. I mean, that's not too difficult to change, but it looks weird. How does it look when I clip through that? It gets clipped so short, yeah, so we kind of need the effect to reach farther down the beam. You know what? Yeah. Don't look very good. Let's try something real quick. We can get the screen space. What's it called? Let's see, let's go here. We could try just a quick like screen space dither thing. So that would be, where is this screen space here? We would say float for screen pause. Okay. So that would be, instead of getting the world position, we're not going to use that now. We're going to use this instead. We're going to have this the screen position. Okay. And then we're not going to use let's get rid of most of this. We're going to have our color. And then we're going to calculate something here. So we're going to get the screen space positions. So what do we want to do with this? We want to have a float 2, which is our like grid UV, and that's going to be our in.screen pause time, and that's going to, screen space better be in like unit space, right? Like their example here, yeah, they're multiplying it, okay. So for now we'll use our noise scale as our thing here. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna take the fractional component of that. And then that's gonna be numbers from 0 to 1. So we wanna subtract, we wanna do minus 0.5. Okay, now let's not clip on that for now, and let's make this go like that. Okay, don't know if I screwed that up, but let's find out. I'm gonna go back and look at this. Interesting. Okay, wait. What's noise scale? Yeah, so if I set this to like 20, okay, see now we get like a screen space grid, right? of little regions here. Let me just, like, what if I make it like 200, you can, or even like 100, you can see it pretty well. Okay, now what I can do is in this space, and this goes from 0 to 0.5, so I can say d is equal to the was it length? Is that a shader thing, or is it magnitude? What is it? I think it's length. Is that right? Does that compile? Can't believe I have to wait this long each time. It's so frustrating. Okay. So now we could say we actually want to look at that value. Now we should get little circular gradients. There we go. Right. And distance is going from 0 to something, so we want this to be instead 0.5 minus that. That should flip it, so now it's like white. No. Yeah. Well, actually, we want this whole thing to be let's do this times 2. So then this can be 1.0. Okay. Now that should flip to where I have little bright dots instead of kind of a white space with dark dots. There we go. Okay. And so we can use this if we want to clip that. And then we would make sure we're still emitting our color. Okay. And now I should have like dithered red, essentially. Yeah, and if I adjust my alpha clip here, yeah, we can sort of get like that effect. And this scale decides how, you know, sort of dense it is. We might want it to be more like this, like pretty dense. And we should be able to get the, let's see, Unity shader screen resolution. I'm sure that that's a variable we can get. Screen params. X is the width, Y is the height. Okay. And so we want to be able to use this somehow to normalize this properly. Because what it really should be is like screen params.xy times noise scale. Okay, so that gives us a different number for x and y, which is what we want. Okay, now this is going to get super dense, I think. Because now 1.0 should be like a pixel each, so we're going to need our noise scale to be a much smaller number. I thought. Maybe not. Interesting. I thought this was going to need to be like, yeah, okay, here we go. So 1 should be like per pixel. If we do 0.5, it should be like every other pixel. Ooh, that's weird. Or yeah, getting some weird. So 0.1 would be like, these are like 10 pixel circles now, regardless of what the screen resolution is. And 0.2 would be like 5 pixel circles or something, I think. Okay. That might look kind of cool. That might be better. And we could probably move some noise or something through this, that maybe this will just be like, hey, cool, it's like a weird semi-translucent thing. Something like that. Yeah, even something like that where it's like, still got just a small amount of translucency. Okay. Now we kind of wish we had the cap back. We kind of wish we had cap back. Right? And we may even wish it had a little bit of a kind of rounded edge. Like that. Is that the right side? Should be. Okay, there we go. Hey, look at that. Okay. Alright, now the other thing is, while we're here, tripwire path, prefab. Okay. Has just this like random placement for the signal connector. It doesn't look good. Now the first node should be right here. So maybe we can just sort of place it slightly more logically. And let's look at a tripwire path node. Right, and I need to offset it, see, because it's if we put this at the origin, then the like housing here is at 0.8 in the Z. Okay, so that means not that, not that. This guy should be 0.8. Okay, let's look at that. All right. They'd probably make that dithering look a little better if it wasn't a perfect grid, if it was more like they were offset, like bricks. Which I'm pretty sure I could do in the shader. But let's have a look at how this looks now. I think this is going to look a lot better. And we should not have the depth of field issue anymore. Okay, well, let's find out. Okay. That was this level. Ooh. Okay. Looks super noisy. So I've got something wrong with my dithering. Oh, and why is the color not changing? Oh, I don't think I changed the color. I just clipped them. Okay. Looks like the scale is weird as well. When we look at it right here, yeah, look at that. Look at that. There's like some weird scaling going on. That should all be in screen space. So why is that happening? Also, scale of this beam is 0.3. see. 0.307. Now if we move this out 1 unit, that's the end of it. Okay. Really? Why is it hitting the physics objects? Where's the gymnast? Here. Oh, see, that seems weird. It's like it's off by like a factor of half. Probably is compensating, I bet, for my let's see, tripwire. What is it? Wire. Well, this is the length of the ray. What's the radius of the ray on this thing? Zero 0.2. Closer. Where's the ray coming from? Ray root dot position. What is that? Right there. Okay, that looks right. Okay, but also why are we suddenly getting this weird stretching going on here? Look at that. Looks okay when you look straight on, but when you're at an angle, things get really weird. Look at that. Why? Why? What have I done? Oh, is it because... No? No? Why is it? If I set noise scale to 1, doesn't matter. Yeah, this bonkers stuff is happening regardless. What the heck? Yeah, which is why it looks so weird. Were they doing something different over here that I missed? Where was that? Here. They were just like... Oh, they were dividing by W. Okay. Okay. Probably supposed to be doing that. So that means I should go here. Oh, okay. Yeah. And then use that here. I don't know if that's gonna fix it, but I'm wondering why my beams look like they're clipping so short. Now if I reassign this. Okay, there we go. There we go. Do they look okay in game now? They do. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I think that looks pretty cool. So now it's just why is this? I think it's such a short hit there. So let's just go like this. And let's go here. Okay, so we have a ray going da da da. We do a sphere cast. So okay, we're gonna draw this real quick. Let's see if we can get this looking okay, and then be a good place to stop for the day. Okay, look at that. So the hit is all the way here. So we've got something funky with this, where this thing thinks that distance is, you know, 0. Whatever, 0.38 according to this, because I'm setting that value right here. Maybe this thing was not actually 1 unit long. It's just that simple. Looks like it. So if this beam, right, if we move it over 1 unit, huh? Looks like it's 1 unit long to me. Unless there's some scale happening somewhere else. There it is. Wait a minute. Right. Oh, that looks right. Yeah, that looks like 1 unit long. What's the max length set to? 2. All right. Should probably finish up here pretty soon. Alright, well that certainly looks a lot better. Well, that's good. Yeah, and the wire coming off is placed better as well. Cool. Alright, so based on this, I can hop back over to my editor. I can load up that level. Where is it? There it was. Oh, no. That was the harder version of a similar idea. Did I move past it? Probably must have. Why does the green visual indicator only half fill? So, yeah, let's look at that. That might be confusing the way that works. There it is. So, if you watch it in slow-mo, it's like when you trip one, it fills to the next one. But then if you trip something else or whatever, it resets. And so then what's happening is it trips that one, then the whole thing gets marked as completed and it resets. But when you watch it like this, it happens pretty fast. It probably should, like, once it's been satisfied, it should stay all lit up until you trip it again, probably. Yeah, that would be way more clear. I'll write that down. Trip, stay lit after success. Cool. Oh, the panel on the wooden block. Oh, right. So that thing is a one-time switch. Because the tripwire thing, once it triggers once, it turns on that switch. And then that switch stays on, which is why the door stays open. If I didn't have that, then it's like you would trigger this, and then the door would start to open, and then it would get untriggered, and it would close again. Or if you messed up the tripwire, it would switch red, and then it would close again. I've got a bunch of different ones, like for that kind of purposes. Like I have a permanent switch, I have an OR, which is like you connect two signals up to it, and if either one is turned on, kind of thing. I have a delay, and I have a splitter, so you can turn one signal into more than one. Yeah, so it's something like when you first, when you're first playing it, the player might not really get what's going on there. That's okay. I'm okay with that as long as they get that. Oh, okay. I go around the bar and the door opens. Yeah. I still think maybe my note though about the tripwire staying lit might be a good idea. Because that's actually the way it behaves. Like if you look at the little green light going into that green switch, when I complete the tripwire, like that, see how it turns green? It stays green. As long as I'm meeting the conditions, but if I break it like that, I like start it but fail, then it turns red again. So that's showing you the output of the tripwire itself. So like if I trip it, see it turns green, then I messed it up, like I hit this one, see it'll turn red again. So the actual tripwire with like those lights and stuff on it should probably, reflect that same status you're seeing on that little wire there. And you notice the output of the switch is always green because that's what the switch does. Once it turns on, it just sends a signal forever. Alright, so we're going to go here and we're going to mark this level now as green. And I think that means that according to me, this first drop I haven't marked. Okay, I need to fix that, and pyramid I haven't marked, but this whole section now should be in really good shape. Let's go flag those levels real quick, and then we'll wrap it up for today. I think I go back and look at my to-do list and figure out what I want to hit tomorrow. Okay, so first drop. Where is it? There it is. This one. Happy with this one. I know I already set my thresholds and everything on this. And then also the pyramid arena. We finished that one today too. Okay. Now we are officially of the opinion that the first pack of levels is good. Until I play it some more or watch other people play it and then, realize I need to make changes, but That's good. That's really good. Now, I'll probably go back and try and fix a few bugs and things, like code-related stuff, and you know, tomorrow and the next day. And as I'm doing that, probably come in and just kind of like hit a few levels a day as I try to keep pushing through and finishing up all the levels in the game, including all these ones up here I need to find homes for. All right. Well, thank you for dropping by today. I really appreciate it. I got my first raid today. That was exciting. Yeah, we'll see everyone on the next stream, or catch it on the on YouTube or on the VODs. Thanks again. Have a good night.